to the must-see WWE talk show industry. Welcome to Wrestling Untold.
Yeah.
This is episode 40.
46.
46.
Yeah, 46.
In this episode,
45, 46.
In this episode, I'm Carter, aka Skills All Day.
I am Keaton, AKA today. Haven't had AKA for quite some time.
In this episode, we will be talking about the last 5 2K game covers.
Yeah, we recently went out and picked up a copy of our 2K22. We live it. We don't just talk about it on here. And we were discussing the cover people. And, comes to mind, Rey Mysterio's on the standard cover. We aren't rich people. We didn't buy the NWO or the other version. I don't know. What was the other version?
NWO.
It was NWO, but it was someone else. They have 2 deluxe. They have 2 deluxe, yeah. Whatever the case.
Okay.
But we're gonna go into it.
Let's start at the bottom of the list. Let's go 2K17. Brock Lesnar's rating. Brock Lesnar was on the cover first.
He's the cover of 2017.
His rating was a 95, and that was the highest on the game.
Makes sense.
And he defeated Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure out what did he do that year to deserve the cover? That's the idea.
Year before,
because
the games came out.
Because the game precedes the year after. So, and so that was, what was that, 2017? So 2016 essentially is what we were looking at.
So he defeated Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania. He returned from MMA to WWE, and he had a rivalry with Goldberg.
Okay. Did he win the title that year?
Nope.
He didn't have the title.
Goldberg was Universal title the whole year, I think.
Really?
Not the whole year, but some.
Okay.
Goldberg defeated him twice that year.
Wow. Okay, so that was 2K. So 2K17 again. We're not 100% sure why he was on the cover of that one, but he is the beast.
He returned from MMA.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Okay. 2K18. Seth Rollins 92. Now he was not the highest. Roman Reigns was actually the highest that year.
He had a pretty good year though, right? So that would have meant 2017 is what we're looking at for Seth Rollins.
He was the Raw Tag Team Champions with Dean Ambrose.
Okay.
And then in the same...
Were they still Shield or were not Shield anymore?
No, just Dean. And then they were still Tag Team Champions in 2017. Okay. And then they lost it and then boom, happened. And he also defeated Triple H at Mania.
Okay, all right. Was that for the title or was that just a match?
Just a match.
Okay.
Do you think he deserved to be on the cover?
It's really probably not up to me, but I think what we're seeing here is I think it's like the year after. I think Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar was on 17. So 2018 is 2017 and 18. Brock Lesnar had really big years, and same thing for Seth Rollins. He's on 18 and he went on to have a big 2019. So that makes sense.
Okay.
So let's get to
finally a well-deserved person. 2K19 AJ Styles.
Got him up here. Actually, we probably should have shown him. We had other people up here too.
As he is a 91. Now the highest wrestler on there is the Beast. And AJ Styles had a year-long WWE Championship reign. 371 days.
Okay, yeah. So that's worth notable.
And he had a rivalry with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
He defeated Samoa Joe, Shinsuke Nakamura, a bunch of other people.
Was that the feud where Samoa Joe went to his house? Okay, yeah.
How do you remember that?
I don't know. It's a weird thing I remember.
Now, he definitely deserved to be on that cover.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good year for him. I think you really took a liking to AJ Styles at that time. Which is well deserved. I think it makes a lot of sense for him. And what was he rated?
91.
It was just about right. He's at the peak of his career.
He's at the end of his now.
I don't know if he's at the end or he's just not getting pushed right now. You gotta have to kind of some wrestlers are up here forever and then some are like this.
Like Brock Lesnar is up here forever.
Yeah. And AJ Styles is down here, but they'll do some great stuff for him.
Okay, so next 2K20. Actually, 2 people on the cover. They haven't did 2 people on the cover.
We actually have 20 here because that's the one.
They haven't did 2 people on the cover since Raw or SmackDown games.
This is what we've been wearing out for the past 2 years.
Becky Lynch and Roman Reigns. Becky Lynch was the highest at 90.
Mm-hmm.
People after her were Charlotte Flair, Trish Stratus, and Ronda Rousey. Don't recall theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah. And then Roman Reigns was a 92. And the highest that year for the men's was The Rock.
Yeah.
I think he was like a 94 or something.
The Rock, who was just a legend.
Mm-hmm. It was him and Brock who were higher.
Makes sense. I'm okay with that.
Okay. And then...
So let's go into Becky first. Let's talk about Becky.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I think she had the bigger year.
Yeah.
You know, she's got the man T-shirt on because she was the man that
I don't
year.
know why she has to share one. When she
Yeah,
had
I
a
think
bigger
it should.
year.
Honestly, it should have just been Becky on this cover. It should Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns should have been on this
Plenty of
cover.
time. Yeah, well, that's
He
true.
should
too.
have been on this cover.
That's true. Yeah.
No,
it
the
really-
whole bloodline should have been on this cover.
Yeah, well, that would have been really cool.
The whole bloodline.
So she is worth noting that year is that was the year of Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey was champion, and
Charlotte Flair.
In Charlotte Flair. So Ronda had the Raw, Charlotte had the SmackDown. We were tired of both of those young ladies.
And Becky won the Royal Rumble that year.
Won the Royal Rumble.
Challenged Ronda
She
Rousey.
came in at the end, right? Didn't she come in at the end? Okay, all right. So when you talk about a cover person, you know how excited we get because that's a true cover. She came in at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She actually challenged Ronda, and then she got replaced from Charlotte, and
Oh,
then
they
she
made
was
it triple
suspended. And then they were in Baltimore or Washington when they had the brawl.
I think they brawled at the Baltimore arena and they showed up the next night at Washington because I think SmackDown was in Baltimore where we are, and Raw was that Monday. Or either no, it could have been the opposite. It could have been Raw was in Baltimore because I think Baltimore's first, and then they showed up in DC in police cars. Which is we're also in DC. You might as well. So we're in both places.
DC is the district.
Yeah, but we're very close to both. We're
Okay.
close.
She was PWI's most popular wrestler of the year.
Professional wrestler and illustrator, I think is what that is. Yeah.
Adam Cole was was last year's PWI.
Okay.
Pretty cool. And she, what was I saying? I was saying something. I was getting Charlotte Flair into this feud.
I made Charlotte get into it.
Vince McMahon replaced Becky with Charlotte, and Charlotte versus Ronda, and then Becky Lynch came back all of a sudden from a fake injury or something, and she did, Tommaso Ciampa with the crutches.
That's right.
She got the crutches.
I do recall that. It was a great rivalry. Like it was a great feud.
They tried to redo the brawl.
Oh.
Remember?
There's a moment. It was a moment. The moment's gone.
Ronda and Charlotte, they tried to redo the brawl.
Yeah, it's a moment. That moment's passed. So let's talk about Roman because we had a whole lot on Becky. Roman.
I think this was the year that I liked Roman the most. Besides this year. Yeah.
Is this a year that so he had the Universal title at some point. He had to relinquish it because his leukemia resurfaced.
In this year, 2019, he returned from cancer, and he had. I feel like every week he would bring like some kids who survived cancer on the show.
Yeah, so he was a super baby face. He was getting over as a baby face.
And him returning from cancer in Raw was actually the best WWE moment. Pretty good.
No titles that year. He still, he wasn't the Roman that we know today. He was still screwing up all the promos.
He was good. That leukemia comeback was a great promo.
But you don't want that to be your comeback. You don't want tragedy, real life tragedy, to be your wrestling comeback.
Okay.
But we digress.
Next. You just threw 20.
So let's get into it. 22. 22. First off, before you get into Rey Mysterio as a cover person, how are you enjoying 22 so far?
Pretty good.
What's your thoughts on it at this point?
GM mode is my favorite.
Okay. All right.
The play out, I would say 20 is better play out, like to play with than 22.
I think you probably haven't gotten used to it yet. Yeah.
I have, but it's just weird.
You only had it a week. You've not gotten used to everything on here. You've had 2020 since 2019. You've had this a week of 2022. You can't compare it just yet.
It's so weird how they have They didn't do this in like November, December. Okay. Rey Mysterio was a 90. I know, a 90. Take that in, a 90. And the highest was actually Roman Reigns, obviously. And it was this Roman Reigns, not the one who made it. I can't believe this Roman Reigns didn't make it to the cover, but that one did.
Yeah.
Okay, Rey Mysterio. He probably has the I don't know how to say this. Not the weakest, but probably the worst beginning year to make it to the cover, I guess. He won SmackDown Tag Team Champions with Dominic. That was the first father and son duo to win the titles. I think there was one in the 70s. And the best tag team of the year, which was a Slammy Award to them, which is weird because the Usos were pretty good. In the New Day. And he made it here.
So you want to know my thoughts?
Yeah.
So you look at this color scheme. Look familiar to you? It's a Vince McMahon color scheme. It's also the NXT 2.0 color scheme. It's very bright. It's very vibrant. I don't think Rey Mysterio was picked because of his accolades. I think they took a bunch of shots of a bunch of wrestlers. And I think this one was in a focus group. And he said, oh, no, that right there. Yeah, everyone knows who Rey Mysterio is. And we want to sell a lot of video games. And we love those colors. It's spring. The game came out essentially in the spring. I think it's WWE's attempt at making sure they sell as many copies as possible. Because no one cares about Rey Mysterio right now.
I think
Sorry, Ray.
it's because they wanted he has a showcase where you can play his whole career out.
Oh, okay.
And he has a documentary on the game.
Oh,
about
619 Your Way to Superstardom. Okay, all
See?
right. All right, well, at the end of the day, I don't think Rey Mysterio's better years have been long behind him, for that matter.
That's like when they threw NWO on the covers.
Yeah. Well, again, this is a legend,
Okay.
Trivia time, yes. So we're at WrestleMania season. Next week, we're going to have our Dream WrestleMania pay-per-view. So make sure you check that out. I am getting to my trivia. Stop looking at my paper. You don't see the answer on my trivia? I put it on a page so that you couldn't. Okay, here we go. Undertaker has had exactly one casket match in WrestleMania. Who is his opponent?
Oh, I don't know that one.
I'll give you 20 seconds. Or 2 guesses. Just give me some guesses.
Yokozuna.
Nope. That was not a WrestleMania. I'll tell you also, he also won this match.
He won this match?
Yeah, he won this. Yeah, I don't think he's ever lost a casket match. No, he hasn't lost a casket match. You're right.
Was it Kane?
Nope. The answer is Mark Henry.
Mark Henry?
He had a casket match at WrestleMania against Mark Henry.
They actually got in the same ring together?
Yeah. This one is an easy one.
Okay.
Who is the only superstar to cash in his Money in the Bank at WrestleMania?
Seth Rollins.
I knew he's going to know that. What is the Undertaker's current WrestleMania record?
Easy.
Is it easy?
Yeah.
I'm ticking.
2 losses.
Okay, you got the 2. How many wins?
24 wins.
Ah, you got it. Look at you. You got it.
That was easy.
All right, so take us home.
Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe,
This show gets
and
weirder and
go
weirder.
to our Instagram, Carter_TV, and like every video you see, and comment what you want.
Make sure you guys tune in next week to our WrestleMania show. I think we're going to try to release it a day or 2 early. Give you guys, there's a lot of wrestling happening WrestleMania weekend. So maybe we'll release our show a little earlier to give people the opportunity to see our show first. Thanks a lot, guys. You have a good one.
You guys gonna walk off like a normal
please,
person.
because this under the table thing is weird.